So again, it's awesome to see everybody, and it was nice to have that little chat before we started, really, to just find out where everybody's at here. So today is a pantomime or mime workshop, and I'm assuming we all have a little bit of an idea of what mime is or pantomime, but I would term it, I guess, as the art of silent movement and gesture, the art of silent storytelling, but really, most simply, mime is pretending. It's just pretending you're doing something and then pretending you're so well that the audience can see what you're doing. And so today, my space, the way I have my space set is I'm going to be using a chair. Sometimes we have modifications for standing and chairs, so you can work how you want, standing or sitting. And I'll go back and forth to show both. When I do use a chair, I'm probably going to be sitting about halfway, not my back into it all the way, but sitting up a little bit so I can still move my feet, but I'm not going to slide off. We don't want anybody falling off their chair today. And I want my space is, it's not huge. I can almost touch the walls, but we will be doing some what I call traveling or pretending we're going places. And that's all going to happen on my spot here. So I'm not going to actually travel around the room. We'll just look like it. And I'll show you how to move like that. So, we're going to get going here, get moving, deciding for yourself how you want to sit or stand. We have our space set, our chairs ready. And as I mentioned, mime is pretty simply pretending. So I'm hoping you can just allow your imagination to follow along here. I'm going to tell you what to do and show you what to do, and then we'll move all together like that. And I think as we progress, we will kind of find a way to work together, everyone, and find a rhythm all together. And so I'm going to start us with a little task. And I shouldn't say a little task. I've got about 8 or 9 tasks along the way here. And by the end, we should be doing some mime performing. So starting off, first of all, I just want to show you how we would walk in pantomime to have our audience feel like they see us walking. And so if I'm doing this in a standing, I'm just on this spot, but I'm just going to be some weight shifting and bending the knees. And again, pretending you're walking. If you're doing this, I see most people look like you're standing up, but if you're doing this sitting down, then we can do the same thing. We're just weight shifting. We're adding the arms. So the audience looking at us say, oh, that's a walking person. I could add my legs if I want to, right? So we're imagining we're walking. So that's awesome. I'm seeing some really nice walks there. But now I'm going to take you on a walk in the neighborhood, and we're going to go through a little sequence of events and just pretending along. Okay. So here we go. We're walking along, and I want to ask myself, well, where am I? Well, I'm in my studio, but where am I in my story? And so let's say we're outside. So then as we walk, we're going to want to look up into the sky. Remember, your knees are still moving. You're still walking. Breathe in some nice fresh air. We'll have a chance to do a belly breath, relax while we're getting warmed up here, walking along. And there goes a passerby, our neighbor George. So let's wave to our neighbor George, and he's a passerby. I know I'm stopping for just a moment just to show you if we're waving to somebody who's passing by, there they go. We turn our body at the same time. So we're walking, and nice. I'm seeing lots of turning and waving. Passerby goes by, and look up ahead. Let's stop for a second. I think I see a dog up there. Let's use a gesture to show our audience. Oh yeah, there he is. Hey, let's go greet that dog. So we're walking again, shifting weight shifting side to side, side to side. You're doing great. I do have one rule here: is nobody falling down. And I see us being pretty safe in our weight shifting. But here comes that dog, and watch him come up to you. Oh, and we can stop to pet him. What a nice,
Hi,
oh, and I hear some
Ducky.
people. What a nice dog. Oh, and you can, how big is the dog you're petting? Well, mine is about a 25-pound big brown dog. Okay, and then now it's time to go. We're going to continue our walk, but I try to go this way, the dog won't let me. Try to go that way, dog won't let me. Be careful here. We got to step over the dog. Now, if you're doing this, if you're not sure on one leg, then drag it a little, but we can pull that foot over that dog. There we go. And goodbye, dog. Wave goodbye. And we're walking again, walking along. Nice day, but oh gosh, it seems the sun's covered up with clouds. Let's just do a little droop with our body, like, oh, we were upright in the sun. Oh, it's a little bit cloudy. And then what comes with clouds? Anybody? Rain. I saw somebody gesture. Rain. So let's look up. Oh, drip, drip, drip. We're showing our audience rain dripping in our hand. Drip, drip. And what happens if we look up into that rain? What's going to happen? In the eye, right? Oh, right in the eye. I hate that when that happens. Okay, so now we're walking in the rain. Oh, nice. I'm seeing everybody's doing great. I can see you following along really well. So here we go. We're walking a little more, but we're just getting soaking wet. What is the deal with this? I'm going to stop for a minute. What I need is an umbrella. You know what? And luckily, as a pantomime, you can have one in your pocket. So pull out an umbrella. Let's open it up. Poof. Nice. And I could tell everybody exactly what you're doing. So now we have our umbrella and we're walking along. What comes with a rainstorm? Wind. So let's have that wind tug on that umbrella. Have it tug on that umbrella and pull it back now. Okay. A little mime secret for you is I like to do things in threes. It helps me remember where I am in my routine. So if I get one pull with the umbrella, oh, and pull it back, walking, and two pulls with the umbrella and pull it back. And the third time you want to break the routine for the audience. The wind pulls it 3 times, poof, oh, there goes our umbrella. Gone. Up into the sky. Rats. Let's shake your fist at the sky. Curses, Mother Nature, right? Curses. So there, we were pretending, we're walking along, we're taking a walk, and we made a mime story out of it. And I'm sure that people watching us, me watching you, I could see what you were doing. Okay. But now we're going to add a little bit of technique to things. So we're going to work a little bit more, what do I want to say? A little bit more formalized with our movement. And we're going to do a warm up from top to bottom on what I call the isolations, and which is really generally meaning isolating one part of our body from another, just moving one part. So I'm going to center myself. I call this neutral position, straight up and down. If I was in a chair and doing this same activity, I would do the same thing with my neutral position, straight up and down, nice and straight, but not at attention. Okay. And to start the isolations, top to bottom, we would start just with the head, and I'm putting my hand here on my neck, just so I can feel if my neck is going to move or not. And I just try to turn my head side to side, tip it side to side without moving my neck. And nice and gentle. This should not be forced. It should just be a nice, calm movement in front and back. It might not be, my neck is very tight and I don't have much flexibility there. Okay, now the head and neck together. So now you can kind of feel your head moving with your neck, and front and back, and circle, and the other way. And now we're going to do one shoulder in a nice circle. So I'm not trying to bring my arm up like this. I'm just going to let my arm just hang down and try to just make a circle here up in my shoulder. The arm follows. It looks like it's moving, but just really kind of shrugging that shoulder up around my ear there. And the other way. I'm not going to tell you left or right because it reverses on the screen. So just, mirroring me might be the simplest way to work out. Let's go to the other side. Circle. And the other way. Going to get tricky with you. One shoulder up and one down. It's just back and forth like the yoke of a pump. And now with one shoulder up and one down, roll them both forward at the same time and then rounds. I don't know if I described that very well, but let's go again. One shoulder up and one down. I'm going to rotate them both forward and then back. And this is a good one to do in a mirror sometime, but then let's go the other way. And then actually the success for me is to visualize, to see in my head what my shoulders are doing. Then I can start to go in figure eights. And then back in the day when I really practiced these things, I would go 16ths like clover leaves, and then I would do 32nds, and I would try to do 64ths, and it was nuts. But and I was a professional mime 30 some years ago, so I would practice these things quite in depth. So anyway, there's the shoulders. Too much information. Now we're going to move the top half, like the trunk, side to side, not in a tipping over, but in a slide from side to side. It's like I'm sliding the top half across the bottom half. And that goes forward and back, and I can go in a circle and the other way. Now we're going to do the same thing with the hips, side to side, the bottom half, you could say. And I do this as a pretty exaggerated movement. Again, I've done this a long time, so maybe if you're starting out, it doesn't look like you're being big, but what we want to do is to be able to feel the movement there, that isolation, that we can separate those two parts. Okay, the hips go in a circle and the other way. Now, I think we've got everybody pretty much on our feet, but I'll still model this both ways. We're going to bend our knees slightly, still back in that. We're going to be like a pencil straight up and down, but with bent knees. My feet are turned out about like that. And because I'm going to lean out now over my toes. So again, don't lean so far that you lose your balance. Start small, but I'm going to lean out over my toes, nice and straight as a pencil. Side to side. And I'm going to over exaggerate it because I've been doing this for a while, and it's kind of fun to really go over there for me. But I can feel my toes really grabbing the floor when I do this. Okay, nice. So now we're going to evolve these isolations into an illusion. And one of the really cool illusions, I think, is the pulling of the string, because it can look so real. And we're going to just use the isolations you already know. We're going to use this. I call it the tick tock. Let's practice that for a second. I go tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. So there's the ankle isolation. But now if I put my hands on a string in front of me, so here we go, imagining, pretending. Close your hands, wrap them around that string. And I'm going to pull on the string and do the tick tock at the same time. Pull and go to the side. One hand at a time, let's go. And grabs the string the other direction and pull myself this way. We'll do this quite a few times here to get the hang of this, but you're looking pretty good. So again, mime secrets, one hand at a time. Make sure you're letting go and grabbing. And then I even slow it down a little bit for my audience. Let go and grab. Let go and grab, pull. Let go and grab, let go and grab, and pull. Okay, now I'm going to just, that's an awesome illusion, but I want to talk about the hands just for a moment, because we were really starting to manipulate with our hands, and pantomime rules being that, one hand at a time if you can, slow it down a teeny bit, and really shaping what you're doing. And with the string, sometimes I like to even get fancy. What I mean by that is I do a little finger fan. I can roll my fingers to make it seem like I am my words are not coming out, but I'm getting fancy with my hands. So I do this finger fan. or I can do little finger out to the index and roll it back. And you know, with that, and I'm getting arthritic hands. I've got PD hands. Sometimes I really need to stretch them out, but that finger fan thing is kind of neat. So using that to be fancy with our TikTok tug of war thing we got going, the finger fan, pull, finger fan, grabbing. Now we're really doing a lot, aren't we? And it's subtle, but we're really managing our fine motor and our big motor at the same time. Nice. Okay. Another really cool illusion in pantomime, the classic is the wall. And some of the rules are the same for the wall as the string pull. So we got to shape the space. So it's a wall, right? It's flat. I'm not, my hands are not way out here. They're here. So I have a little bit of elbow room to manipulate side to side. And instead of grabbing and releasing, I'm relaxed and flat, relaxed and flat. So we're showing our audience a wall, relaxed and flat, relaxed and flat, nice and slow, flat, relaxed and flat. And I can even do the TikTok here. Boom, relaxed and flat, relaxed and flat, and pull. Relaxed and flat, relaxed and flat, and pull. Nice. So that's our hands doing the flat surface. You got, everybody's awesome. You're doing great. Another thing to consider when you're working with the hands in pantomime is shaping an object. So let's imagine that we're going to reach up and grab an apple from a tree, a nice red juicy apple, and we want to shape it with our hand. And then it just doesn't fall into our hand, right? A little bit of tension to pull it out, little, oh, pull it, pop it off the stem there. And now how can I show my audience that this is an apple? And I'm not gonna tell you right away. You get, everybody show me a way that you might be able to show your audience this is an apple. Nice, lots of people grabbing. Okay, all right. So here, let's do this all together. The ideas I saw everyone out here using, I saw Jen shining the apple on her blouse. So that's one way the audience would notice that this is an apple, or you're right. And I saw somebody twisting the stem off. If I were to do that, A, B, C, D, E, F. Throw that stem away. Saw people eating the apple, but what I liked about that was you weren't just doing something with your face, you were showing me texture. So most people are showing a nice crisp bite, snapping off. And then we show with our audience, with our face, there's something there. Put some air in your cheek. Chew it up. And get rid of that apple. Boom. So toss and release, right? Don't forget to let go of it. All right. So that is the isolations, how we move, working into create illusions. And now I want to move into what I call sorry, I'm looking at my list on the wall here. Oh, there it is. Weights and pressures. Sorry, PD brain part going on. Weights and pressures. So we've been managing a string. We had our hands on the wall. We plucked an apple. But what about something that lifts us up? The pressure of buoyancy or carrying us away. So this time we're going to hold a string, but it's on got a helium balloon right here. Right, a nice balloon filled with helium. And so what's going to happen when we're holding that? It's slowly, and it's helium, you know, it's a little balloon, so it's going to be slow. And here comes some isolations, the arm and the shoulder, and then the top half, and then the bottom half comes up to bring that balloon back down. Bottom half, top half, then the arm. Nice and slow. Let's switch the string to the other hand. Grab and release. It's going to float that side up. Everybody's looking great. Nice. I want my line nice and tight here. It's not going to be out here. It's going to be up here. And it's going to lift even up on my toes and want to carry me away. bottom half, top half, bring it down. Now we're going to use what in mime we call focus, meaning I'm going to focus on an object so my audience knows what happened. So we're going to let go of this balloon, let go of the string. What's going to happen? It's going to float away. We're going to watch with our eyes and our head, our body, as it floats. So we're going to release, focus, watch where it goes, and up into the sky, right? Now, what color was your balloon? That's something I would always ask the question after that, because oftentimes we visualize a color even though we're not thinking about it. So that's the balloon. That's weightless. Okay, what about something that's really heavy, the pressure of a heavy object? So I'm going to reach down and I'm going to grab a heavy stone. It's going to be about this big. I'm going to shape it with my hands. But now when you lift something heavy, what's the sequence of the body? This time it's going to be the lifting with the legs and then the back and then the arms, right? So we're going to bend over, hands wrapped around a heavy object, legs, back, and then the arms. And then we rock a little bit under the weight of it. We show the heaviness because we're struggling under that weight. And again, it's not here because it's heavy. It's here. And everybody did pull it in tight. I was seeing that. So now we're going to just pop it up in the air a little bit and let it fall to the ground. Here we go. Up and then down. Okay. And let go. So that's a heavy object. Now let's do that one more time all together. We kind of got it, what we're going to do. So bending over, shape it, legs, top half, get it up to your chest. Let's lift it over our head this time. Use the legs first. Oh, there. And we're going to shake a little bit. Maybe our knees are quaking. It's so heavy. And let's bring it down to the chest and then the ground. Nice. So weights and pressures. If I was doing that in a chair, it would be the same sequence. Heavy object. Instead of the legs so much, it's the back, and up to the chest. Oh, heavy. And over the head. Oh, and bring it down and to the floor. And I could have even done the helium balloon nicely from a chair as well, right? And up it goes. Focus and bye-bye. Okay. So and we did the wall. Imagine a wall pushing you from the side. So we had weights and pressures lifting, pressing down on us. What if there's a wall right next to us here and it's pushing on us? I'm going to put my shoulder against it. Oh, and it's pushing on us, pushing us. Oh, and I'm struggling. And I'll push against the wall. And I struggle. And it's amazing how much tension sometimes we put in our body when we're doing this, right? It's pushing it on the wall. The weights and pressures from the other side. It's over here. Oh, we push the wall pushes us. We push the wall pushes us. Wow, nice job. So those are the weights and pressures, the outside forces acting on our body. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this pulling of the string, and we're going to add weights and pressures to that and perform it into a mime routine of a tug of war. Okay, so back to where I want to be, neutral, straight up and down, arms at my sides, not at attention. Let's see, we're doing the string pull, so I want my feet turned out a little bit, knees prepared, hands on the string. Let's pull one at a time, one more string, pull, but now the string is going to pull back. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We were pulling on a static string the first time. So now we're pulling on the string and the string is coming along. To make it the realness, to make it look real, I make sure this distance between my hands stays the same. So it doesn't look like my hand's sliding into the other one. And it's just got a nice little, I'm seeing people doing a nice little start and stop there too. Okay, so now I'm pulling the string, but what if the string pulls back? It's going to be kind of like the helium balloon, arms, top half, bottom half. And then we pull, get back into position. Arms, top half, bottom half, pull. And I saw some people reeling in some string. And Now we're going to add something to this. Our head's part of our body, but we're not using it as the muscle. You know, the string is not in our teeth and we're not pulling with our mouth. It's just there. So this time when we get pulled, we're going to leave our head behind. And it gives the illusion of something really pulling us. So we go arms, top half, and as the bottom half goes, I leave my head behind. And then I pull and I leave my head behind that way, and it pulls me, leave the head behind. Boom, boom. Okay, so let's get back to neutral. Now remember our rule of three, to pull 3 times or to move 3 steps or whatever. Keep it in threes so we remember where we are. So here we go, tug of war. You ready? Get your hands on this string and we pull. There's 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and let go of the rope. Nice. And I saw a lot of people's bodies flowing in that reaction because you're really pretending you're in a tug of war. And I saw people's body release. I almost fell down, sorry, as you went there. So that's awesome. Let's put it to the other side. When we're working in mime, we want to be ambidextrous. And I also notice, like doing PD workouts, that how often one side of my body is better than the other side, and how PD affects one side more than the other side. So it's just a good practice to go both ways. So let's be pulling this way this time. Okay. And I know the PD stuff. I'm telling you, already know that. I'm just blabbing away here. So here we go. We pull. There's 1. It pulls us back. 2. Leave that head behind. Whoa. And 3. And pull and let go. Let them go. Nice. So there's putting the isolations with the illusions and working with the hands, and we are dealing with the outside forces of push and pull and lift and scrunch. So that's the body work, and that brings us to the next step is going to be focusing on the face a little bit. And so I'm going to move up close to the screen. You guys fix yourself where you want to be. A moment here, if you needed to take a sip of water or whatever, just breathe and kind of shake it out. This is a lot of work. You know, hard work is hard, but if you're doing it with good people, it can be fun. So let's keep at it. Okay. So we're going to just spend about 6 or 7 or 8 minutes just working on our face. And let's see. So this comes with a little story where how many of you have seen Marcel Marceau or know Marcel Marceau? Know of Marcel? So Marcel Marceau, the world famous pantomime, and being a mime for a long time, I was really, of course, interested in Marcel. And I saw him 2 times. I've seen him perform 2 times. I saw him many, many years ago at the Vancouver Opera House. And I was in the last row of the 3rd balcony, and he was a tiny dot on the stage. And I still could tell what he was doing because he was moving so exaggerated and big, and his technique was so good. But the second time I saw him was at the Moore Theater in Seattle. And I was in the front row, and I was about 10 feet away, and I could hear him breathing as he was performing. And for me as a artist, that was a really awesome moment. But what I'm coming to here is that when I saw him at the Moore Theater, I saw him do his routine of the mask maker. And if you've ever seen this routine, it's a story of a mask maker who gets the mask of comedy stuck on his face, but he's tragically dying at the same time. So it's this juxtaposition. So I'm not going to ask us to do that routine, but we're going to use the idea of putting on a mask to address our masking, our PD masking, and practice work in the face. So a little bit like the isolations, let's just start by isolating some of the parts of our face and moving them, and I'll guide us through that. And then we'll play a little bit with that idea of putting on a mask. and using some expressions. So to start with, let's just do some isolations. Close one eye, squidge it tight, and the other eye, squidge it tight. And back to the first eye, winking back and forth, winking, 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 winking. Now let's try it with, can you make your mouth just one side go up in a smile? And then down? Just one side, up, down, up, down. Other side, up, down. That's my bad side. Up, down. I'm not going to talk for a second. Just going to try to go up and down. Good. And let's do, let's do everything up. Everything up. And everything down. Everything. Everything up. And everything down. Everything. Let's do one. Let's call it open. Everything open. Eyes wide, eyebrows back, mouth big. It's my birthday. And then everything's small, right down to the point of the nose. Okay, up and down and open and closed. Let's try again. Up and down and open and closed. Okay. So this is going to be our, well, let's do a couple more isolations. Sorry. So on this isolation, just one half of the face, let's try to go up. And the other half of the face up. And this half of the face down. I feel the other half following. And the other half of the face down. Difficult. And everything all around. And the other way. Now, I'm not sure how my face looks doing that, but I was trying, and I'm just trying to feel those muscles working, right? So now we're going to take that sequence we had of up, down, open, and closed, and they are actually, they're facial expressions. So let's just put that term on them. So they're happy. Everything up is exaggerated. Remember, if I'm in the third row of the last row of the opera house, that face has to be big, right? Everything up and or happy and sad and surprised is everything open and angry is everything closed. Okay, happy and sad and surprised and angry. One more time on that sequence. Happy and sad and surprised and angry. Nice. Okay. So now we're going to take that idea of putting on a mask. So I'm going to use my hand like it's got a mask in it. And I'm going to put it over my face and I'm going to change to that expression I say. So right now I'm neutral. I'll just show you how that looks first and we'll practice this a couple of times. Putting on a happy face. Happy. I'm going to take that away. Take it off. Neutral. So let's put that happy mask on again. And let's take it off. Oops, I just went to sad. That should be neutral. Okay, so we're going to use that concept now to go through all the faces. So here we go. Put on the happy mask. Take that off. Let's get the sad one. Take that off. Let's put on the surprised one. And take that mask off. And let's put on the angry one. And take that mask off. Now, in between masks, I was neutral. Was it, you know, and chances are, PD wise, I was going back into my masked face, you know, my stern looking face or my mad face or my nothing face, whatever that happens to be for me, the masking. And so this time when we take the mask off, we're going to be smiling behind the mask. So first one won't change. It's a happy mask, right? So let's put that on. Happy. Okay, now take that off, but we're still smiling, right? Put on the sad face. But we're going to take that off. And I'm smiling behind the mask, right? Let's put on the surprised face. Smiling. And the angry face. I'm smiling behind the mask, right? Nice job. So now we're going to take this a little step further. And this time, I'm not going to worry about what's faced between the masks. I'm going to stack the masks over, and then we're going to remove them in order. Okay? So I'm going to take the happy face, put that mask on. The sad face, put that over the happy one. The surprised face. And the angry face. Now we're going to take them off. What's behind the angry? That's behind the surprise. What's behind the sad? And what's behind that? Us, right? So nice job. And it's not going to get easier. So now I've just taken a quick look at the clock. What time did we start, Jen? 10:30? Yeah. Oh, I got it. I got it. We're good. Okay. I can't believe time's flying that fast. So I looked at the clock and I thought, oh, I've only gone 15 minutes, but that's not true. So, so we're doing great. So now we're going to take that concept of the masks and we're going to make it one step even more challenging. And this time I'm going to stir up the masks. And I've done this before as a practice, and I don't even know which mask I'm going to pick first yet, but we're going to stir them up and stack them, and then we're going to have to remember what order they were and unstack them like we just did. So again, we'll just follow along. We'll try to do this all together. I'm doing this with my hands like a nutshell game, right? I'm going to mix up the faces. And so here we go. I'm going to put on surprised. Oh, I'm stacking. I'm sorry. Surprised and sad and happy and angry. Okay. So what's behind them? Happy, sad, surprised, and me. Now, did we get them in order? No? I think we did. I actually think we did. So, you know, again, if you were to do this on your own, you choose in your head which one's first, second, third, fourth. And it's funny to surprise yourself and then try to recall that. So that's our little session on expressions and the face. Again, you know, sometimes I'll do that in the morning just as a warm up, just to get my day going. If I'm looking in the mirror for some reason, I'll just run through the up and down and front and back and some of those. And it's a nice warm up and a nice reminder for me of where happy is, that face. Because if I'm sitting somewhere and I don't know what my face was, I'm driving the car, I don't know what my face was, I don't have to worry about what was it. I can always just remember to reset and just go, oh, smile. So knowing how to access that smile. So we have gone through quite a bit. We got to begin now putting it all together. So we have the body, we have the face, we have the idea of the story. And I told you that little story of seeing Marcel Marceau. The first time when I saw him at the Opera House, when he was that little teeny dot on the stage, he was still doing what in the business we call selling it to the cheap seats, which means that, you know, he was being big enough that he was selling it to us in the last row. We could see what he was doing. So we're gonna I'll talk us through it. We're going to go back to that original sequence, the walk, and we're going to sell it to the cheap seats. We're going to be big, and we're going to, in those moments, the events of the walk, again, I'll take you through it, and we'll act that out. And then after that, our last task. So I'm going to move to my spot back here. I've been kneeling. I can get my feet ready here. So again, selling it to the cheap seats. So we're going to go back to that original sequence. Yeah, you can do this seated or standing. Again, it looks like most of us are on our feet. If you even wanted to have the chair with you, as you're working for bracing, that's fine too. You could use the chair as a brace. So if you jumped in halfway through the workshop here, we're going back to where we started with pretending through a sequence, taking ourselves on a walk. But like I said, we're going to now sell it to the cheap seats. So let's get our big walk going. If you want us to do this sitting down, that's okay. You can use a chair and still do the big walk. If I was in a chair, I'd be still doing my big walk. I'd be selling it to the cheap seats, right? What was the first thing in our sequence? It was our passerby, neighbor George. There goes neighbor George. And I'm not just saying hello. I'm saying, hello, George. I'm selling it to the cheap seats, my friend. And continue my walk, right? Nice job. So we're walking along. We're weight shifting. We're big. The cheap seats can see we're taking a walk. And they can see that we're seeing, what is it? It's a dog. Oh, it's a brown dog. I'm going to go and greet that dog. So I'm walking up and there he is, but I'm not just petting a dog like this. I need the cheap seats to see it. Oh, this is a beautiful dog. And oh, he's licking my face, all the thing that dogs do. And now what's next? Oh, I know. We had to step over the dog, right? We tried to go this way. He wouldn't let us. Tried to go that way. He wouldn't let us. Remember some gestures sometimes, what's going on here? And so I'm going to put my hands on the dog to help me brace myself to get over the dog. Boom. Nice. So then we continued our walk and we're selling it to the cheap seats. And the next thing that happened was, oh, big face. Oh, it's cloudy. Oh my God, what's worse? Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, and what happened? We're going to look up. What happens? We look up into the rain. Oh, right in the eyes. But I'm selling it to the cheap seats, right in the eyes. Oh my gosh, I'm getting that water out of my eyes. Oh, and you know what do I need? You know what I need. I need an umbrella. So let's pull that out of our pocket. And I'm even going to, whoa, look at that. With my knees, I showed the audience that I had an umbrella. Something was opening there. And we have our rule of 3. So here comes the wind, right? 1, but we know how to move. We know how to even to leave our head behind. Pull that back. 2, whoa. And here it goes up into the sky like that balloon. 3, and focus. There it goes. There goes my best umbrella. Curses you, Mother Nature, right? So there we practiced our sequence, selling it to the big seat, the cheap seats. But now our final task is to do that sequence, to act it out, but I'm going to switch it up on us. We're going to get a little cognitive here, and we're going to do it driving a car. So I want everybody to be in a chair now. This is again our last task. We're not taking a break. We're just doing this from a seat because we're driving, right? But we're still going to see neighbor George. We're still going to see the dog. It's still going to rain. We're going to have all those troubles, right? So here we are in our car. Nice neutral position, straight up and down, arms there, not at attention. Let's see, what's the first thing we do to get going in a car, to show our audience we're in a car? Let's just shut the door. Let's pretend we got in, shut the door, and seatbelt, right? Boom, click that seatbelt on. Nice, I saw people really reaching back, pulling the strap over, clicking it on so the cheap seats can see what we're doing. Hands on the wheel, foot on the two pedals, right? Pedal on the pedal for the gas, pedal for the brake. And let's just imagine that we don't have to drive out the driveway or back it out. We're just ready to go. We're parked on the street. So let's start her up. You don't have to make the noise, but it might help you know we're driving. right? And here we go. So step on the gas. What's our body going to do? What kind of force? Right? Acceleration is going to push us back into the seat. And if we turn, what's going to happen? Whoa, there goes the body that way. And straighten it out. Whoa, there goes the body that way. And stomp on the brakes. The body and the momentum, right? The momentum is going to drive us into toward the steering wheel. Good. So now we're driving our car. In fact, it's a nice sunny day like our walk. Old-fashioned car. Let's roll the window down. I could just push a button, but that's too easy. I'm going to put my alarm out the window even. It's a nice sunny day. Now I'm driving along with one hand, step on the gas. Oh, hey, there goes our neighbor George. Pass her by. Whoa, there he goes. That was fast because we're driving, right? There he goes. And oh, what's that up ahead? Stomp on the brakes. It's a dog. Honk, 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 honk. Try to go this way. He won't let me. Try to go that way. He won't let me. Huh? Is anybody looking? Step on the gas. Boop, 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 boop. Uh-oh. Just drive, just go. So here we go. We're driving along. It's a beautiful, wait, it's not a beautiful day anymore. Now it's cloudy. Oh my gosh. Put my head out the window to look at the clouds. There goes my hat. Rats. Good hat. So, step on the brake. Oh, what's this, rain? Oh my gosh, it's raining. I'm going to shut the window. Oh, no, it's the other way. And you know what I'm going to do? Raining, I'm going to turn on the wipers. But I need to show my audience there's a wiper. So now I'm going to hit the wiper button, boom, but my arm is the wiper. Okay? But I'm also still holding the steering wheel, and I'm also running the pedals, right? So here we go. Step on the gas. Don't forget the windshield wiper. And hit the brakes. Oh, I hate this stop and go traffic. Oh my gosh. Go again. Step on the brake. Oh, the brakes. Okay. Oof, that wiper is getting tired. Let's switch. Ooh. And probably if you're like me, one of my wipers is better than the other one because now I'm holding the steering wheel like it's in my lap. Here we go. Get it back. So we got the wiper going. We got the steering wheel going. We're stepping on the gas. And we're stomping on the brakes. Oh, this traffic is driving me nuts. I can't stand it anymore. Honk, 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 honk. Ah, shake your fist at the traffic. Ah, and poof. Oh, the traffic is gone. The sun is out. There's a rainbow. Ah, let's roll down the window. Put your arm out. And as we would say in pantomime, order is restored, right? So there we go. Everybody take a bow. We did it. You are all official pantomimes. And that's the wrap up of the movement. Hopefully there's some takeaways for you. Right now I'm just kind of decompressing. I got a little excited there in the end. But hopefully there's some takeaways for you. Like I know that sometimes when I'll do an event like this, I can actually there's carryover of being in tune with my body for several hours or maybe even half a day, just because I've so got tuned in to all the sides and the parts of my body and the cognitive and the emotional and the physical. We get, how many of you felt like you were just so in your pretending you were just in your own world for moments? Yeah, the beauty of arts and performance and just playing like that is great for us with PD. It gets us out of those moments of us being stuck in ourselves and just having a good time. So one of the takeaways for me. So cognitive, emotional, physical workout. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little bit tired, but I'm pretty happy. So take it away, Jen.